One of the things that I've heard lately is that content creation is not a real job. And there's been a lot of people talking about that. So I thought I'd chime in with my thoughts on this whole thing. For those of you that don't know, I've been working as a content creator now for a little bit more than 6 years, full time working, right? And it's been a challenge. It's been a lot of up and downs, and it's been a very hard thing to power through, if you may. But now that TikTok got banned, I've been thinking a whole lot on the entire content creation business, because a lot of people think that the things that you see online or the final video, that is it. There's no work that goes into it. You just pick up the camera, you start recording, and then you post that online. There's no editing, there's no promoting, there's no nothing. But then you have the other side, where there's also a lot of people that understand that what we do, or what I do, requires a lot of work. You need to learn how to work with the camera, you need to understand the settings, you need to have the right gear, equipment, so on and so forth. But I also recently deleted Instagram, the app, from my phone because I can't handle it. Mainly because I start doing something on Instagram, start scrolling, and then all of a sudden there's been half an hour gone, And I downloaded Threads to see what was going on when I didn't use Instagram as much. But what I realized is that there's a very toxic environment on social media right now, where a lot of people complain about each other. So instead of actually doing things on your own, it's very easy to go and complain about what someone else is doing. So in my case, I've been making YouTube videos about tech and cameras and how to shoot stuff and B-rolls and you name it. There's a bunch of different things. Through these years, there's been a lot of people complaining about me not doing the thing that I should do and stop focusing on the things that I want to do in favor of making things that they think that I should do, if that makes sense. When it comes to being a content creator, there's so much that goes into it. Like, you are the judge, jury, and executioner. There's no one that tells me that I need to go out and shoot this video. Like, this is on me and me alone, that I'm actually out here rigging up the camera, sitting down in this light, putting the microphone on my cap, and sitting here and talk to you. There's no one told me to do this. I've been thinking a whole lot on what is the difference between having a real job and being a content creator. Now, in my case, I think that there's a lot of experience that goes into it, because you can't make a short film or you can't make a nice looking video unless you have the experience to actually pull that off. But anyone can pick up a camera and start shooting videos and make fun stuff on Instagram or whatever it might be. When I see people that are making money on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, I think it's awesome. You know why? Because they're doing something that is not the ordinary. They're doing something extraordinary. Like, to sit and complain about someone doing something out of the box means that you are moving further and further into the box that you're in. Does everyone have a secure future on Instagram and YouTube and social media? I'm gonna say no. Do I feel safe? I'm gonna say no, because every single day, like when I make a video, of course I want it to perform the best. Like, every single video that I make, I want to perform the best. And when you're working with this, you get caught up in the views and the statistics and the analytics and the performance and why it didn't perform. And then you start to get these brain ghosts that constantly try to push you down, even though you want to move up. And it requires a specific person to actually be able to power through that. And when it comes to, comments, trying to separate all the negative comments that you get on the videos that you make that you think is interesting, also requires a specific person. But is it a real job, though? I'm going to say yes, it is. but in a different way than what a traditional job is. Because there's a difference between a real job and traditional job. A traditional job is where you show up to a workplace, you go there, work 7 to 4, whatever it is, and you sell your time to the business that you're employed of. In my case, being a creator means that I sell my time by creating videos, and hopefully they perform well. And then I build up an audience, which is you in this case, that I then sell to a brand that I think is worthy of my audience. But working a traditional job is not necessarily better than being a content creator and vice versa. I've been working several traditional jobs in my days. Hell, I didn't even finish high school. There's been so many like part-time jobs that I've been powering through. Where I'm at right now wouldn't be possible without social media. I have been able to create and launch my own product. I have been able to buy a house, build my own studio. There's so many things that has come from you actually watching my videos and following me along on this journey that I otherwise wouldn't be able to pull off. And when you think about content creation and if it's a real job, I usually say like, yeah, do you think I make fake money? It's being an entrepreneur. And I don't really like the word, but I think that that is the best fit, because you start up something. You start up your own business, you believe in it, and therefore you start working for it. And then when you see results, you want to have more results. So then you work even more and develop things and take it further. And then all of a sudden brands see that, hey, you're reaching the perfect audience for us. We want to pay you to make these kind of videos. The difference, I guess, is that, a traditional job, you show up and you sell your time. But being a content creator means that you constantly got to be on top. You're constantly going to come up with new ideas, try to figure out different things, and see if it's possible for you to actually maintain what you've built up. Because that's not a guarantee, but so isn't your job. What would you do if YouTube didn't exist? And I'm like, I don't know. I'd probably get another job, right? So the question that I got for you is like, what would you do if you were fired tomorrow? What would you do if your job went bankrupt? It's the same thing, right? We got to find something else. Now, the difference on social media is that the people that are doing something on social media, that is actively building a following on social media, they are working to do that. The majority of the people that are not building a following on social media, they don't put in the work. And I think that that is the difference when it comes to if it's a real job or not. Yeah, sure. If you use social media to consume, it's not a job. It's a entertainment. But that is also what I produce. I produce entertainment. And most of you that are watching the content that content creators produce are watching entertainment. We make this stuff because we enjoy making it. And it's also one of the benefits of social media, because I can do what I love to do. And you can watch what you love to watch. And somewhere along the lines, that might be my videos. If the algorithm plays its part. I think it's wrong of people say like, well, now that TikTok was banned, everybody's gonna have to find a new job. Yeah, I built my business with YouTube. And if YouTube were to disappear, my business would probably cease to exist as I know it. But I can't also, build a business and then rely on something else. Because if I build a business in the real world, say, not on social media, then I have suppliers, I have customers, I have contractors, and everything else that makes that tick. So if one of those things stops working, then my business goes bankrupt. And if YouTube were to stop existing, then my business were to go bankrupt, probably. Now, I do recommend all the content creators that are watching this to create their own things, to start making videos that promote you as a brand and your brand. I have created a physical product, which is the Tri-Charge, that has generated more than my salary every month in profit. And just by having something like that means that I wouldn't go bankrupt if social media were to disappear overnight. I would probably still be able to manage and pull through and create new stuff if YouTube were to disappear. But I think it's important that you keep that in mind and that you understand that when it comes to being a content creator, it's not just about, posting videos online. It's so much more than that. And running a business is so much more than that. And if you have never tried to run a business, then you should not comment on the topic because you don't know the struggles that you need to go through to start something on social media or run a business at all. Like I've been starting up a business that went to complete failure 10 years ago. And then now I'm here with successful business that is pulling in over 6 figures every single year. At least I got some weight on this. But anyway, really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Peter from Gothenburg is saying goodbye.